Okay, this is the 2B, target 2B vertical angles retake video. So we need to find the measure of each numbered angle. So the numbered angles are angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3. So let me get a pen. And I'll go, whoops, color, there we go. So I know that this angle is 126. Okay, and I need to find angle 1. So angle 1 and 126 are right next to each other. And in fact, if I look at it, this plus this make a straight line. So this is a linear pair. Okay, and remember linear pairs are supplementary, which is, again is just a fancy word for saying they add up to 180. So to find angle 1, I'm going to say 180 minus 126. I'll borrow. 10 minus 6 is 4, 7 minus 2 is 5, so I get 54. So I know the angle 1 is 54. So right here I'm going to write 54. And now we have to explain how we found it. So I said it's a linear pair with 126 with the 126 degree angle. So subtract from 180. So something like that would be the reason. Subtract from 180. Because a linear pair, remember, is a straight angle, which is a straight line, which is 180 degrees. Okay, now number 2. Look at 126 and 2. Do you see how they're right across from each other? And I have an X between them, so that means that these are a pair of vertical angles. So 126 and 2 are vertical angles. Remember, we have a theorem that says all vertical angles are equal. So 126 and 2 are equal to each other, so that means 2 has to be 126 degrees. This is 54 degrees, and this should be 126 degrees. And again, it's a vertical angle with with 126. That's how I knew what angle 2 was. Now 3, again, it's a vertical angle. 3 and 1 are vertical angles, so 3 and 1 are equal, so 3 has to be 54. And again, my reason, it's a vertical angle with angle 1. Okay? So on the test, I noticed a lot of you got the answers right, but forgot to write down a reason. You have to write down a reason. That's part of the points. If you don't write down the reason, you don't get the full points. Okay? Okay, now we have this problem. This is the same type of a problem, sort of. This time we have to do a little bit of algebra since we have some x's in here, right? So again, I'm going to look at this angle IJK, or sorry, IJL, this angle IJL right here. And again, that's one of the angles I'm going to have to find eventually. And this angle KJM. And I notice that these two angles are vertical angles. And so I know that vertical angles are equal to each other. So that's how I'm going to solve it. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. I'm going to say 5x plus 55 has to equal to 9x plus 7. So I'm going to do some algebra. I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. And I get 55 equals 4x plus 7. And then I need to get the 4x by itself, so I'm going to subtract 7. And I get 4x, and 55 minus 7 is, I believe, 48. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 4, and I'm going to get x is 12. So I know now that x is 12. Alright? Now I have to find IJL. So to find IJL, I'm just going to replace x with 12. So I had 5x plus 55. But remember, x is 12, so I can replace the x with a 12. So 5 times 12 plus 55. 5 times 12 is 60. And 60 plus 55 would be, the 0 and the 5 give me a 5, and 6 and 5 give me 11. So it looks like 115 degrees. And then I can check that by plugging in 12 over here also. So if I did 9 times 12 plus 7, I should also get 115. So 9 times 10 is 90, plus 9 times 2, which is 18. So 90 plus 18 is 108. And 108 plus 7 is definitely 115. So I get that this angle is also 115. Now I didn't need to do that, I just checked it. Now be careful. On the review, I was having you find this angle. It was a typo actually. I said to find IJK on the review. On the test, I corrected it and I was asking you to find one of the given angles. So on the review, we found this angle and then subtracted from 180 to find this angle right here. But that's not what I'm asking for. I'm just asking for this angle, IJL. So you just plug it in and you're done. You don't have to do the subtract from 180. Okay? And then here are the U-Try problems that you have to try. Again, you can do them in the Math Lab, the Help Lab, your tutorial support class, or after school in the library, or at home. But you have to have them checked by one of the teachers in one of those places, or your geometry teacher, right? And then when you're ready, you can do the retake. So here's problem number 1. Make sure you draw the picture, copy it down, and solve the problem. And again, the same thing with this one. Okay? All right, good luck.